Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the January update for you guys on this Sling TSi build. So let's take a look, see where we are at the end of January. And as you guys recall, it's been really cold in January and not too much has gone on, but I have come up with some cool things along the way. And so let me show you at least some of the things that have gone on, and then we can kind of talk from there. All right, first is this parachute cover, right? And so I've been talking to some builders about what the plan is for this parachute cover. Now, obviously, there's some interesting things that happen, right? Because you have to do a parachute repack every few years, and that means you gotta, take out the rivets or whatever else that's holding this thing in place so you can get to your parachute and, of course, pull that out. Well, so what we kind of came up with in talking to some builders was, why not just put in screws instead? So we got some nut plates. These are from, of course, Aircraft Spruce, and there's the part number, but these are basically 1006, which means they're size 6 screws. And so these size 6 screws work really well in that they fit in the rivet slots already. So they just go right there, no modification needed at all to the skin. There is some work that's needed on the other skin, of course, and the structure to get these nut plates in. But I think nut plates are the best option. You could use riv nuts in this case, but I like the dependability of these, and there's I think like 26 or something to go all the way around this thing. So there's quite a few to get done on that side, and these will need to be countersunk as well. So that's going to be a little fun, but that's why we have the squeezer, and it should make really quick work of setting those in place. Now, I'm hoping that makes this a real easy kind of thing to take care of in the future. And of course, it'll allow the painter to paint this piece separately as well, and then we can put it on, and we'll just use some gasket foam type material and then maybe some silica to kind of seal it up. And again, we have to open this up every few years, and we'll be able to do that. Cool. Powder coating. I did work with Midwest, and they did the plate for the throttle quadrant really nicely. I mean, this is fantastic. I can't wait to put the rest of this together and get this done. But thank you, Midwest Panel Builders, for this. Can't say enough. This thing is awesome, and I can't wait to finish the assembly of that as well. Where am I at on the build itself? As you can tell, underneath this mess is the left center fuselage skin, and so it is basically it is dimpled and ready for paint, for primer at least. It's going to be 50 degrees outside tomorrow, so with some light sun, that gives me what I need to put a coat of primer on some stuff. And so we're going to get that accomplished. I do have one done over here because we had one other day warm enough, and so this skin is sitting here ready to go. Now, there's still work to be done, and one of the things the instruction does not do really well on it is, it tells you dimple the skin here, but you also have to do the firewall and the other pieces around that as well. So that makes that a lot of fun. And yeah, I also, of course, got the bulkhead. So that piece is sitting under here. So I have a bulkhead hanging out, and it's gonna get painted as well tomorrow. So thank you, Sling North America, for getting me this piece. They tucked it into that crate, and that crate is buried. I'll unbury it for you guys in a second, but it is the upholstery crate, and that came in a couple days ago. I haven't had much time to look at it. Again, it's been cold, and then I've been busy trying to get pieces ready to go so that I'd be good for February and still have work to do. But let's take a look at that in a second. Other pieces that I'm working on to get done tomorrow. Now that I have the bulkhead, I can start doing some luggage pieces. So I've got that basically set. I've got the other pieces as well for that same area, and my goal will be to get over here and get this piece solidified into place, get my rudder cables through, and then get the structure that goes right here and right across here for the luggage floor done. I'm not going to put in the luggage floor itself yet, and the reason for that is I want to get underneath this skin and get the GHA, the height advisor antenna, lined up and drilled. So I need to make time for that, but I want to get the plate and all that in place for it as well, the doubler, and I have the doubler for it. Again, thank you, Midwest Panel Builders, for supplying me that. I need to drop that in here in the next few days, but you can tell we're ready for this to happen. I'll do the bulkhead in February. I'll do the luggage floor basically in February, lay out the pieces and all that for that structure. And I want to do the side walls on the center fuselage as well and get that in place. That'll just stiffen everything up and give me a little bit more confidence to get these final control stick positions in and lock everything else down. But everything is basically ready on these. This one is nice, falling over, and I did this one as well. Just super nice and falls over pretty well as well. So I'm waiting on putting the last couple pieces on that, just because I want to see what the sidewalls do on this to see if they give me any problems. I also have this Nitra tubing, and the reason why I have this Nitra tubing is for the rudder cables. I'll put some cover on these as well, especially when they pass through the front area here, and that'll give them a little bit more protection, give them a little less chafing kind of thing going on as everything comes up front. And this area is going to be very busy with wiring harnesses and everything else here in the near future. So I'm excited about wrapping that part up as well. But yeah, the rudder cables, I'll bring those up in the next coming days. We're already ready to receive them all as well, so we're just sitting here, you know, waiting for the day for them to come up. But otherwise, yeah, everything's here ready to accept the cables on that front. I also have these brackets in place for the firewall. The other ones, again, are going to end up along here, and they'll go in pretty soon as well. As soon as these sides get in there, that'll be nicely done. All right, let's take a look. Let's maybe take a look at some upholstery. Let's see what we got in the box there, and we can start seeing what else we have. All right, upholstery. So, guys, this looks super cool. So that's obviously one of the front seats, center console, and the back seats. My back seat's a split bench. Obviously, that's the newer design, right, for these things. Yeah, that's cool. So I will say the camera makes the contrast slightly more contrasting, but it's basically black with charcoal. I think the inset, and this is what it's called, high contrast stitching, which makes the logo like that as well. So these are super cool. Obviously, there's the seat back is going to slide into that. There's Velcro for it to attach to. The same thing with the back. It slides into the frame basically, right? So the back at least has a back to kind of go into. The front has to go into that seat pan kind of thing. So yeah, obviously you got to do something on the back of your seat, because otherwise you'll have bare aluminum like from there forward down. So my seats are going to get powder coated black as well, because why not? Everything black in the inside of the plane makes it like 100 degrees on the ground, maybe a little bit more. So nice and warm. It's Chicago. It'll work. So I'm excited. This is cool. There's honestly not much in this kit. I think one of the things I was kind of disappointed about was, there used to be people saying, you get the picture of the people that put your seats together kind of stuff. There's no instruction manual that came with this thing. There's just I just have a packing sheet, and I've got a little hardware bag, and that's it. Everything else in the crate is either carpets or seat backs, that kind of stuff. So of course the back bench that's in here, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, upholstery crate. This was one of the longer lead time items from Sling, right? So this crate took them I think 11 months to get to me, basically after order. So took a bit, but I mean, it looks great. So I can't wait to get the seats together for that. But yeah, that's that. Other than that, I did take a look at all the push rods. So I did empty that out. Obviously, I'm to the point where a push rod's got to go in the tail. So that's got to happen sometime as well. And that'll happen after I get the holes drilled, because the push rod's going to be in the way of me drilling through the skin. So I don't want to either drill up through it or have to drill down on past it. So that'll be that. All right. What else? I have scat tubes. I got those, and there's 3 of them there. I think there's a 2-inch, a 1-inch, and like a half-inch or something like that. But I basically have all the varieties to do the heat modification. So there's going to be a tube that comes down here for the back seats, right? And it's going to go basically split and then come out for the back seat passengers. So there'll be floor heat down here. That'll be nice, and there'll also be heat that pops out around this area as well for floor heat for the front as well. So that'll be nice. I do need to get a 3D printer ordered sometime in the next month, so that I can so I can get the parts done. And there's some other little parts that I want to do as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that done here in the next coming weeks as well. But there's a lot to do. If I can get some warm temperatures, then things will go really well. Last thing, powder coat. I still have my box of stuff, basically, that I wanted to send them. I'm slowly taking stuff out while I'm using it and saying screw it. But there are things like seat rail, seat backs, that kind of stuff that have to get done. And Chicagoland powder coaters, I had one that I talked to just a couple days ago, and they closed their business. So I'm in the market again for another one. All right, let me turn the camera around and let's wrap this up. All right, so you can kind of tell I've been in the business of hoarding, I think, in the last month. I guess I'm a chipmunk or squirrel or something, but I ended up ordering some parts and having them ready to go for when it's time. I did a lot of planning, as you can tell, to make some modifications down the line. And yeah, really things should kick off again when it starts getting warmer. Again, I have 2 warm days coming, so those will be full of really priming kind of opportunities. So I've got the parts that I'm going to do, basically, which include the side skins, and then some of the luggage area, getting that solidified a little bit more. And then I can secure basically the control tubes, get them locked into place, and then hopefully by the time I do that, it'll be warm enough regularly to continue with all the remaining parts for fuselage. And then, as you guys know, I've got the canopy kit. I've got that. That's where all the current skins waiting to be primed are sitting on. So that is here. It has been here for some time, but there's ability to actually figure out how that kind of goes together. I also have the landing gear. So I have the undercarriage kits. So I'm thinking that at some point, once this structure is rigid enough to do that, then getting this thing off the tables would be really nice, and it'll make it a little bit lower, hopefully too, because right now it's kind of tall, and once those side skins are on, it's going to be kind of annoying to reach over them also all the time to do work. So if I can get the plane lower to the ground, then that's something that I'll take advantage of doing. But I just want to make sure it's safe and secure before that happens. So I want to make sure I have as much of the reinforcing structure on as possible so that it can survive that moment in time. All right. Well, guys, let me wrap it up from here. Obviously, not much has changed. Some things have changed. A lot of nesting done, a lot of preparation, and then hopefully a lot of progress starts happening again in February. All right. See you guys. Bye.